Welcome back to our design section and distilling inspiration. Hopefully you've had a chance to visit some of the sources in the previous video, whether it be Twitter, Tableau Public, the various websites. Hopefully you have some idea of what is out there and that you're excited for the next step. So once we have found some inspiration, we will go through the process of distilling these down to its fundamental parts. We will work on pen and paper and go through my process and start sketching out our various possibilities for our bespoke data visualizations. So to go through some examples just to try to hammer this home. What about this image of test tubes? This was a pretty cool image I found on Pixel. I saw this and I was wondering, can this become a data visualization? It's appealing. There are colors. It almost looks like a bar chart of sorts. So therefore I started drawing them out. Could this be done in Tableau? Potentially. It looks like a 3D representation of a test tube. Shall we call this cylinder charts? Now, think about what we actually have in terms of our metrics. We have a color. The color can act as an indication. We also have the height of the bar. And we also have the gray cylinder, which acts as our reference point. So from a simple image, we have this sketch of a cylinder chart. Peacock feathers. Could this become a data visualization? As you can see, we have some feathers sticking out. We have also this circular eye shape. Let's sketch that and see what we get. Does this look familiar? We have covered this in our previous exercises. This is essentially our packed circle chart. However, let's look deeper. Can we get anything else? What about the following? Again, the key here is just to sketch, to enjoy, to have fun, and to see what can come of this. Could this become a radial column chart? And again, looking at a simple image of something that you may or may not see any given day, we have two potential charts that come out of this. The key here is to sketch, to take something that inspires you or catches your eye, and just to sketch out as many different ideas as you can. Some will be good, some will be absolutely crazy, but it's all okay. Let's take another example. What about Petri dish? Yep. I never thought I would actually look at this and think, wow, this will become quite a cool data visualization, but what can it represent? So let's draw it out. And same as the test tubes, we have a container of sorts, in this case, a simple circle that we know we can draw within Tableau. And then we have individual points. We also have color. So if you think about your metrics, the size of the individual dots can represent some data. The color can also represent data. So therefore we have some interesting variations here, and this can be built within Tableau. It's essentially plotting points using your X and Y coordinate and ensuring that it stays within the bounds of the actual container. So, Petri dish chart, anyone? What about donuts? We all know how to do donut charts in Tableau, but what about this type of donut chart? As you can see, you have a donut. Trust me, this looks yummy. And then you have sprinkles on top. So what happens if we sketch this out? What could this actually represent? Well, we have a typical donut that can represent based on the size of the segment. So larger red, medium green, and some form of yellow. However, the interesting key here, within the red itself, is there one company, two companies, 1,000 companies? What are the proportions? There might just be one dot in the yellow, because the yellow might represent a region and there might only be one country. So this gives us a nice way of visualizing. Sprinkled donut charts maybe? Again, the idea is to give you ideas of what can be. And the key is to sketch. And anything, I have books and books and books on images, photos, and just random sketches of data visualizations. This is how Tableau Magic is able to release blogs on a weekly basis, because everything is inspiration. If I see a hat, if I see a car, I will sketch something out. Talking about cars, what about this little image? What can this become? I see basically a tread, so let's draw it out. Okay, great, we have arrows, because the center of the tire has really appealed to me, the lines and the shapes. Can we add colors? Yes, we can. At the moment, I'm pretty sure you're seeing what I'm seeing, and this is the shape bar chart. Instead of using squares or circles, you could just use arrows. The red indicates the value, the gray could indicate empty space or the container. Again, we could have directionality. How about we take this one step further? How about really representing the tire and creating a circle? And again, this can be created in Tableau. The key behind this is to see, to think about what the essence is, take it at its simplest form, start sketching, start designing. And the key here is distilling your inspiration. So right now, visit some of the sources mentioned in the previous video and see if you can find some inspiration. It could be looking around your house, it can be watching movies, it can be going to the library, picking up a science book. Then go through the process of distilling the essence of your inspiration into the various possibilities. There's no right, there's no wrong, and the more you do this, the more you go through this process, the quicker it becomes, and the more interesting things you'll find. So take some time, give that a try. Once you're done, let's move on to the next video. Look forward to seeing you all soon.